Good morning, I'm Yusuf Zidan and welcome to the number one biopic film analyst TV show, Is It Real? On today's episode, I take a critical look at the Oscar winning film, The Social Network. The film dramatizes the story behind the birth of the 2004 creation of Facebook, the social media platform created by Mark Zuckerberg during his sophomore year at Harvard University. Apart from showing accurate historical events, the film also reveals what occurs when new ideas involving technology can be very challenging to understand, along with how overnight success can be extremely difficult to manage.
To evaluate the realism of this film, I chose a couple of significant scenes from the film to help answer the show's question, is it real?
This first scene, Mark's girlfriend, Erica, breaks up with him because of how he treats her. This scene shows how Mark is a realist, as he tells Erica that he will get her to meet people she would never have the chance to meet. The scene also shows how confident Mark is in his abilities, and how insecure he is about his body, as Erica says she likes strawberries.
What do you mean?
We're not dating anymore, I'm sorry.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not.
You're breaking up with me?
You are gonna introduce me to people I wouldn't normally have the chance to meet. What is that supposed to
While
be?
there is no sufficient evidence that this scene happened in real life, I chose it because it lays the foundation for everything that happens afterwards in the film. Following this scene, Mark gets back to his dorm drunk and angry as he starts to write about his ex-girlfriend on his social blog. He decides to create a website that ranks girls on campus according to their attractiveness. The audience is then introduced to Eduardo Saverin, Mark's best friend and co-founder of Facebook. Eduardo gives Zuckerberg the algorithm he used to rank chess players to help him create the website FaceMash and rank girls on campus. And from here, everything begins.
In this second scene, Zuckerberg and Eduardo first meet Sean Parker in hopes of a business talk on how to advertise the Facebook.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cleaner.
It was clear that Eduardo was not a fan of Sean's thoughts because of his ego and how he thinks he's one of a kind. However, Mark thinks Sean is a hero, a role model, and would make a great partner for them. At the end of the business talk, and as Sean gets up and leaves, he addresses Mark and tells him, drop the, just Facebook, it's cleaner. And here Mark's eyes widen up, thinking it's a great idea. This scene is on the list because it demonstrates the tension created between Mark and Eduardo about the future of the company. In real life, Sean Parker actually becomes a partner on Facebook. The business's future decisions slowly shifted from Eduardo's control to Parker's, because Mark really likes the young entrepreneur and his new ideas. The third scene is Do I Have Your Attention? In this scene, the Winklevoss brothers and Hernandez's lawyer ask Mark if he has his full attention in the meeting. And Mark, being Mark, answers by,
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing.
The Winklevoss brothers and Devi and Hernanda were accusing Zuckerberg of theft, which he really didn't do. They presented an idea to him and he simply came up with a better one. And he didn't use any of their systems or codes to launch the Facebook. This is as real as it can be, since this happened in real life. They needed Mark's programming and computing ability to create their idea of a website or a social platform they had been working on for almost a year. According to Bloomberg Originals, Mark kept on avoiding meeting the Winklevoss brothers and Devi and Hernanda because he was working on developing Facebook behind their backs, which was present in the film. The last scene on our list and my favorite scene from the film is I'm Coming for Everything. In this scene, Mark emailed Eduardo to come up to celebrate with them 1 million users at the office, but it was all just a setup by Mark and Sean to tell Eduardo that they removed him as a partner from Facebook.
Wired in. Is he?
Yes.
About now, you're still wired in?
Full security.
You issued 24 million new shares of stock.
You were told that if new investors
How
came
much
along...
were your shares diluted? How much were his?
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I love this part of the film because it shows two different settings in one scene, and the switching between them creates the suspense and the climax of a heated argument between Mark and Eduardo. In real life, Mark and Sean did remove Eduardo from the company after he froze the account to get Mark's attention. However, Mark also removed Sean as the business head of the company because he was arrested for suspicion of cocaine possession. This also happened in the film after their party celebrating 1 million users. And here we are done with our list, but we have an honorable mention scene, the last one, where Mark sends a friend request to his ex-girlfriend Erica on Facebook, hoping to fix everything he had ruined. And to answer the famous question, it is real. This has been Yusuf Zidan, and I hope you enjoyed watching this episode on Is It Real? Thank you. Here are the references used for today's episode.